daily scary story. Dare to listen?
The air was dense with fog as Emily, Ryan, Chloe, and Tom trudged through the overgrown forest, the twisted, gnarled trees looming like ancient guardians. They had heard stories about a mysterious well hidden deep within these woods, said to grant one's deepest desires. Amused by the tale, the group sought the thrill of adventure, driven by youthful arrogance and the promise of something more. Laughing, they pushed through the dense foliage, their voices swallowed by the forest's eerie silence. They stumbled upon the well, its stone structure covered in thick, vibrant moss, as though the forest itself was attempting to reclaim it. Deep greens and grays dominated the scene, accentuated by the foreboding silence that seemed to hum in the air. The well's mouth gaped open like a maw, inviting yet threatening. A chill ran down Emily's spine as she approached it, her friends close behind her. Ryan was the first to laugh, his voice echoing strangely in the clearing. "All right, let's see if this thing really works," he said, half joking, as he tossed a coin into the darkness. One by one, they made their wishes. Ryan wished for wealth, Emily for love, Chloe for inspiration, and Tom for clarity in life. Each toss echoed like a distant nightmare, swallowed by the ancient darkness below. At first, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. They left the woods with laughter, dismissing the well as just another local legend. However, the forest remained in their thoughts, a persistent itch they couldn't quite ignore. As days passed, each of them began to notice subtle changes creeping into their lives. Ryan's wish for wealth quickly turned sour. His family's bank account suddenly overflowed with inexplicable riches, attracting unwanted attention and resentment from strangers and friends alike. The pressure mounted as rumors and accusations spread like wildfire, threatening to consume everything he held dear. Ryan found himself trapped in a gilded cage, suffocated by the very thing he had wished for. Emily's desire for love twisted into a relentless obsession. A secret admirer began leaving notes and tokens, each more disturbing than the last. What began as romantic gestures escalated into a nightmare of constant surveillance, with Emily feeling watched at every moment. The love she had wished for now felt more like a curse, a shadow that clung to her every step. Chloe found herself drowning under waves of inspiration, her mind a cacophony of voices and visions. She couldn't sleep, couldn't rest, as ideas poured from her fingertips onto canvas and paper, leaving her exhausted and frayed. The creativity she had longed for now consumed her, an insatiable beast that left her hollow and detached from reality. Tom's wish for clarity brought him nothing but despair. The veil of ignorance lifted, revealing harsh truths about the world and those around him. Isolation followed as friends and family distanced themselves, unable to face the truths he now shared. Clarity turned into a burden, a mirror reflecting a grim reality he could not escape. Desperate to undo the misery, they regrouped in the dense fog of the forest, their footsteps hesitant and hearts heavy. The well loomed ahead, now a symbol of their folly. Their faces were drawn and haunted, their youthful arrogance replaced by a somber resolve. Together, they hoped to find a way to reverse their wishes. As they stood before the well, a chill crept up their spines, the air heavy with an ancient malevolence. They pleaded with the darkness to take back their wishes, their voices blending into the haunting whispers of the forest. But the well remained indifferent, its depths echoing with a mocking silence. The forest seemed to close in around them, as if the trees themselves reveled in their despair. Suddenly, Emily noticed something strange, a shadow moving independently of the fog, creeping towards them. It took form, a dark entity with hollow eyes feeding on their fear and desperation. The realization hit them. The well wasn't granting wishes. It was a trap, feeding off their chaos to sustain its ancient evil. Emily's heart pounded as she realized they had awakened something far worse than they could have imagined. In a final act of courage, Emily, her heart racing, stepped forward and tossed her last coin into the well. "We don't want this," she yelled, her voice strong despite the terror clawing at her throat. The dark entity paused, its form wavering as if considering her plea. For a moment the oppressive air lightened, the shadows retreating. But the respite was brief. The entity's hollow laughter echoed through the forest, its form solidifying once more. "Wishes cannot be taken back," it intoned, its voice a blend of malice and amusement. The forest's shadows closed in, sealing their fate as the well's new guardians, bound to an eternity of despair.